In 1851, Sojourner Truth stood before a crowd and said, "If the first woman God ever made was able to turn the world upside down all alone, then these women ought to be able to bring it back and get it right side up again. And they're asking to do it. And the men better let them." Sojourner's Truth poem, "Ain't I a Woman," wasn't just a poem, but a call to action, a reminder that Black women have always been at the forefront of change. Black women have driven change by organizing movements and uplifting communities for centuries. But when it comes to political representation, they're underrepresented. These barriers are not just about ability, but it's about access. Dismantling these barriers, we must face systematic inequities and also confront the stereotypes that too often limit perception and undermines Black women leadership. But the reality is that these political spaces were not built with Black women in mind. Historically, Black women have been left out of the conversations of political decision-making, but are always asked to lead the forefront when the community needs help. Black women are some of the most reliable voters in every election cycle, with the turnout rates consistently among the highest of any demographic. According to the American Women in Politics, 64% of Black women participated in the 2020 presidential election, but they only hold 3.7% of elected positions nationwide, all while making up 7.8% of the United States population. When Black women are in office, they prioritize policies that uplift communities. They focus on issues like education, healthcare, and criminal justice reform. But these aren't just talking points for their platforms, they're lived experiences. But the crazy thing is, when Black women continue to lead, but when they say, "Yes, I want to run for office," they are faced with roadblocks, not only from certain communities, but from their own communities as well. A historical example of this is Shirley Chisholm's presidential run in 1972. Shirley Chisholm wasn't just faced with opposition from white politicians, but from with her own political party as well. She was blocked from participating in key debates, denied resources that could help fund her campaign, and was often told that she wasn't a symbolic candidate, all because she was a Black woman. But yet, she prevailed, paving the way for the future for each Black woman to lead successfully. It's important that we challenge the narratives that dictate who's electable and build systems that actively empower Black women. This means investing in political mentorship and reshaping the conversation of who should lead effectively in these communities. Now, I want to tell you a story about Miss Unita Blackwell. Miss Unita Blackwell was the first Black woman mayor in Marysville, Mississippi in 1976. Her tenure ran for 26 years. But Miss Unita was a special lady because not only was she an activist, but she used that activism to empower her community. She was able to fix housing and infrastructure, and she also established a utility district for sewer and water. Miss Unita Blackwell empowered her community because she engaged in her community. And it shows when Black women are in these positions, they empower people to continue to change. Now I have a question. What happens when Black women defy the odds? What happens when they unite, share their knowledge, and uplift one another on their journey to political office? In my dissertation, I researched this question. I wanted to discover if grassroots organizations that design political training programs motivate Black women to run for office. I surveyed 88 Black women And I discovered that the Black women that participate in these programs are more likely to run for office. Not just because they gain the technical skills that they need to run a successful campaign, but these programs affirm and give them the confidence that they need to lead and navigate a system that wasn't designed for them. I also discovered that when Black women see another Black woman in office, it gives them the drive that they should run themselves. Representation fuels momentum. It creates a ripple effect. And when one woman sees one leader, it tells them that they can do it too. But representation is not just about politics, it's about possibility. Because when a young Black girl sees a Black woman in leadership, it tells them, you belong, your voice matters, and you can create change. I've seen firsthand the impact of this kind of representation can have on communities. Within these communities, it empowers them. It gives them the voice to actively say what they want in their communities. It tells them that if they can make the change, then I can make the change too. Take Stacey Abrams, for example. Stacey Abrams did not focus on electing people during the 2020 election. She focused on mobilizing the whole state of Georgia and shifting their political power. She focused on advocacy work, grassroots organizing, and mobilizing hundreds of thousands of voters to ensure that they were registered to participate in the election. Not only did she get them registered, but she got them to the polls. And this result shifted Georgia, making them a battleground state that we see today. This shows that when Black women lead, it's not only transformational, but it's powerful. The work is not just the responsibility of Black women. It's a call to action for us all. By committing to equity and inclusion, we help create a political system and we change the narrative of who should be those leaders. Now, let me ask you, what can a thriving community look like? It can look like a future where every voice is heard and everything can change. It can also look like where young girls can see themselves in their mayors, councilmen, and state representatives. And it can also look like a thriving community because it's represented by diverse leadership. But this future isn't just a dream, it's a possibility. And the question is not whether Black women should lead. The question should be, are we ready to help them get there? Thank you.